I want to bring in lawyer Mark Geragos to talk more about this idea of vaccine mandates. Thanks for your time, sir. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And of course, the big question is, legally, can this be done? Can an employer, can the government mandate people to have vaccines? And based on the research I did today, the simple answer is yes, but with some conditions. What are your thoughts?
Well, you could be a paralegal in my office, because the simple answer is yes. The federal government obviously is going to lead the way. They're going to say that they can mandate it, and then the exception will be that if you don't want to do it for some particular reason, whether it's health or religious, then you have to be tested regularly. And they're going to use that and base that on emergency powers. The only way that I see a successful challenge to a mandatory vaccination, either in the public or the private sector, is if there is a religious challenge to it. And that we've seen that under what I not so affectionately call the COVID Constitution, the U.S. Supreme Court has been basically the lone voice in the wilderness, saying that if you make distinguishing characteristics or distinctions between the secular and the religious world, they're going to step in. Otherwise, emergency powers under the COVID Constitution apparently are going to survive what's called rational basis scrutiny.
The thing that also struck me today, this idea of soft mandates, meaning this is not a get the shot or you're fired. It, of course, is never that simple, because employers do have an incentive to kind of meet their employees halfway. So there are, in other words, there are avenues to work from here. Social distancing, wear the mask, submit to testing, work remotely. There's room for compromise here that we should, theoretically, fingers crossed, be able to get through this fairly okay. But what's your sense of how likely it is this will end up in some major litigation, at least in several states around the country?
Well, look, I've got not only an office, but many businesses in California, and the cynics in California say there's nothing that our governor, who has a recall election scheduled for September 14th, he's not going to do anything to get in the way of that recall. Right now, Los Angeles County has got a mandate for masks indoors. That has not been extended statewide, and I would be fairly surprised if the governor does it, running up to, and especially when yesterday he's within the margin of error of a poll of likely voters and getting recalled. So there are political considerations here. For whatever reasons, this has become a political issue, and you can't ever ignore that when it comes to the challenges that, especially the legal challenges to the both the vaccinations, the mandatory vaccinations, whether it's private or public, and then also the mask mandates.
So let me ask you this. Private companies all around the country are obviously up in some boardroom discussing what they're going to do or not going to do. What do you think will be kind of the guiding light, so to speak, as to whether a company decides to put the mandate out there or not to?
I think if you're in a county like Los Angeles that's got a mask mandate, you're going to insist on it. If you're in a place that has rising rates and hospitalizations, you're going to probably go back to where we were before. Temperatures when you're entering the place, some kind of a testing of the people on a regular basis, and showing proof of vaccinations. You're going to get a lot more leeway, I think, as an employer, especially because there's going to be some laws and protections and immunities given to employers who say, we can't have this, we can't expose people. Especially, I have great ties to the restaurant industry. You don't want to be shutting down restaurants again who have been, in my opinion, unnecessarily picked on during the pandemic. And that's part of the problem with what people have called the pandemic of the unvaccinated.
Gotcha. And real quick, just 10 seconds left. Some people made a point to say, well, you can't mandate the vaccines because they're all under emergency use authorization as opposed to full authorization. We'll get to that some point down the road where they'll be fully authorized. But I've read legal opinions today that stipulate that just because it's emergency use doesn't mean it cannot still be mandated.
No, in actuality, it actually cuts against that argument. The fact that they've been emergency prove, so to speak, probably cuts against your argument and says this is an emergency. We're going to go down. We're going to reduce that scrutiny from strict down to the lowest whatsoever, which is rational scrutiny, which is basically no scrutiny at all. The government can do what they want to do.
We will see how it all plays out. Mark, thanks so much for your insight tonight. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.